If you're like me, finding a place to eat is never an easy thing to do. Whether I'm in my hometown of Phoenix or traveling, I always find myself wishing I had a trusted friend I could call to tell me where to eat. The Infatuation is that friend. The Infatuation helps you find the right restaurant for any situation. Need a place for a first date? Trying to find a spot for your birthday party that you want to celebrate except you kind of also do? The Infatuation has you covered in all of these situations and many more. So if you ever need to find a place to eat, but don't want to read through thousands of unreliable crowdsourced reviews, hit up theinfatuation.com. Or you can download their free app for Apple and Android to search thousands of restaurant reviews and guides in 22 major cities around the world. Or let the Infatuation do the work for you by sending a text to 64560. A real person will respond and help you find a restaurant that's perfect for whatever situation you find yourself in.
Mia X-Ho. What's up, mommy?
Hello.
To miss me a lot, came to laugh and learn how she live her best life. Became the change in the world she wanna see. Practicing Buddha, she don't even see her enemy. Her X-O zodiac sign is Gemini. She highly volatile and calm at the same time. The world for what it really is through the eyes of the twins. Mia X-O zodiac sign is Gemini. She highly volatile and calm at the same time. Highly volatile and calm at the same time. She highly volatile and calm at the same time. Highly volatile and calm at the same time. Highly volatile and calm at the same time. Highly volatile and calm at the same time.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in again. I'm really excited. Before I get started into this podcast, because this topic really helped me when things were rough and continue to help me when things get rough, because life is not perfect. But before I go into that, I wanted to first let you guys know and mention the fact that recently I was named among the top 10 single mom podcasts on feedspot.com. And I was named number 6. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you so much for everybody that voted for me. It honestly, as cliche as it sounds, I'm just happy that I was nominated, because what that means to me is that people are actually paying attention to the work that I'm doing and the things that I'm trying to accomplish as a single mom. And it just, gave me a sense of pride, like, okay, I am headed in the right direction. So I'm really excited about that. You can find the link on my Facebook page at Mia Hillary Brand. I'll go ahead and post it again after this particular podcast goes live. That way you can see it again, just in case you didn't see it the first time. But it's also on my Twitter, on my Instagram. It's all over the place, because as soon as they notified me, I was like, yeah! Anyway, so I hope that everybody's doing well. For all of my Arizona peeps, I hope that you are staying cool this summer, because we're just getting started. It hasn't even hit July yet, right? So stay cool, stay hydrated, only go out when the sun is gone down, which is at night or maybe early in the morning. But anyways, take care of yourself. I like to carry extra water with me in my car to be able to give to homeless people and things like that, because I just feel so bad that they don't have, and it's the least that I can do, right? So, anyhow, a couple of other things that I wanted to mention before I dive in. My partner, Kinsley Armel, is having their semi-annual sale. So on top of the discount that you get by using my code MHPartner15, you'll also get a 30% off discount for orders of $50 or more. So visit my partner page at miaellery.com and you can click Kinsley Armel and start shopping today. Now, today's topic is finding peace in the dark corners of your life. Now, this is something that I use regularly because I have to be able to know that, yes, I'm going to go to this dark place, but I'm also going to come out of it. You know, the mind can go in 1,000 directions, but focusing on certain things will help you navigate that path. It will help you walk in peace. Because what else is there, right? I take these certain key points with me everywhere I go, but especially when I'm feeling down, I refer back to these points because I don't have a lot of personal cheerleaders. I'm my own personal cheerleader. I fortunately and unfortunately have been put into a position by the universe in which I am a healer, so I take care of others. And consequently, sometimes that means that me taking care of myself and making sure that I'm good falls by the wayside. So instead of relying on others to be my personal cheerleader like I am for them, I have to go internal. I have to look at myself and be my own personal cheerleader. And the first way that I do that, or one of the ways that I do that, is I stop pretending that everything is okay. When things aren't going my way, I acknowledge it. If I'm feeling tired or anxious or just completely miserable, instead of talking down to myself, I acknowledge the fact that I'm allowed to feel this way. That, life is not perfect and there are going to be times when everything is not okay. And I'll admit, once upon a time, I was trying to strive for perfection. I did want everybody to think that my life was perfect. I did want everybody to think that my business was always successful. And that's just not realistic. And, the more that I realize that it's okay, that everything's not okay sometimes, the easier my life became. When I stopped trying to act like I'm this little ball of perfection, I actually opened myself up because I feel like people were like, oh, she is human. She is normal. And it attracted more people to me, more clients to me, because I was able to better relate to them. So I always tell myself that I have every right to feel the way that I do right now. But I also remind myself that feelings are like a tide. They come and go. So even though I may be feeling like this right now, it's not forever. Which leads me into my next point of allowing myself to live 1 hour at a time. And I do that because it's more about being mindful. We all have things and worries that, come and go and really plague us. And I know some people that will, I talk to clients in my life coaching sessions and they're like, I just know 6 months from now, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, you have to acknowledge that certain things may happen and it may be upcoming or whatever, but that's 6 months from now. A whole lot can happen 6 months from now. I often remind my clients that a whole lot can happen in an hour. So give yourself the gift of living 1 hour at a time. Be mindful, be in the present. Know that, yes, this is what's going on right now, but an hour from now, things could change. And then look at that next hour. And then look at that next hour. Instead of focusing on what woe is me that's going to happen eventually, you focus on Right now, you're happy, you're healthy, you have food, you have a house over your head or car. Focus on the good that's right now and let that get you through to the next hour. Which leads me to loving yourself. One of the things that I find really hard to do as a healer, as a life coach, is remember that I have to take time for self-care. I have to listen to my body and give it what it needs to be healthy. And a lot of people don't realize that your body is amazing. Our bodies will tell us when something is wrong. We just have to recognize it. Our bodies will tell us when we're tired. So it's important that you get enough rest, that you go to bed early, or that you take a nap. You know, our bodies will tell us in so many different ways. For me personally, when things aren't going my way and I know that, you know, I'm in disarray, I carry my stress in my back and my shoulders. So when I'm really stressed out and my body, I really need to take time for myself, I immediately know it because it feels like my shoulders are in my ears. And I know that that's a funny thing to say, but that's just how it feels to me because they're so tense. Like I can physically move them down enough to the point where I noticed the fact that I was super tense and for all intents and purposes, my shoulders were in my ears. I also carry a lot of stress in my back. And my back will hurt for days at a time if I don't be mindful of the things that are causing me stress. When I feel anxiety, I get it in my stomach and it's not fun. I get very gassy and I fart a lot, you know, truth be told. So I try not to get a lot of anxiety because nobody thinks it's cute when women fart. So let's be real. You know, I try to get enough rest. I'm always trying to go to bed as early as I can. You know, I really think, do I really need to be up this late, knowing that I have to get up this early the next day? And when I can, best believe at 41, your girl is taking a nap. And I do that as often as I can because I know that my body needs to rest, that I need to sit down and chill out for a minute. There are times when I'll take an afternoon off and do something that really makes my heart happy. Going to the movies, just taking a nice walk, you know, especially here in the summer, I take walks in the mall all the time. And it serves a couple of different purposes for me walking in the mall, because not only am I relieving any tension that I may have by walking, but the things that I see in the mall are some of my motivators. So then, you know, let's say I'm walking in Fashion Square Mall, which is a really big mall out here in Arizona, in Scottsdale. And it's where they have all the luxury brands, and I collect purses. So as I'm walking in the mall, I'll go into the Gucci store or the Louis Vuitton store or whatever, Kate Spade or whatever. And I'll see something new, and it might just be that extra added motivation that I need to get back out there and get right back to work. And when I'm in other states, you know, especially California, I try to take a walk on the beach because that is super relaxing. And I mean, who doesn't love the beach, right? Another way that I really focus on taking care of and loving myself is eating well. And for me, I'm not on a special diet or anything like that. My diet, if you want to use that term, consists of just being balanced. So even though, yes, I may eat meat, I may eat pork, beef, chicken, fish, whatever, I don't over consume it. So I'm not eating pork every day. I'm not eating beef every day. My primary diet consists of vegetables and fruits. But because I'm not good at monitoring what I eat, when I eat it, and things like that, and I know that, and I'm even worse at taking vitamins and pills, because for the nutrients that I may get from meat that I don't get from other things that I'm eating, I just try to do it all within a certain amount of balance. I eat vegetables, I eat fruit. I mean, that's what I snack on. You can always find me with a fruit and veggie platter at any given time, snacking the hell out of that mug. Okay. So I really try to balance out what I eat and not over consume anything. Because for me and my personal health, it's about balance. I don't, for you, it may be you can't eat pork, or you can't, you have to have a plant-based diet, and that's fine. Do what is best for you, know what's best for you, and practice what's best for you. My favorite way to care for myself is meditation. Now, in addition to my morning meditations that start my day and my evening meditations that start my evenings or my nights, I have, those are traditional sitting down meditations, 10, 20 minutes. However, if I find myself just completely overwhelmed and I can't walk and I can't do, anything else, it seems like, to get rid of the stress or the anxiety or whatever that I'm feeling that's totally temporary, I will meditate. There's walking meditation, sitting meditation, laying down meditation. There are so many different ways to meditate. My favorite is walking meditation, especially when I'm with a client, especially if I'm at a wedding and it just gets to be too much. I will take a walk and take 5 minutes to just meditate and decompress. And that truly is my favorite way to take care of myself. Another thing that I do is I keep myself busy. When I know that there are a lot of things that I have to worry about, I figure them all out. I try to sort them out as much as possible. And then I keep myself busy with productive ways to resolve whatever those issues are that are stressing me out. I may clean my room. I may go do laundry. I may, clean out my closet, or, start a project that I know is going to eventually consume me to the point where I'm going to forget about whatever I was worrying about. I don't just sit there and worry about it. I get up and start walking, I'll cook or try to cook, because that I really can't cook. But the point is, I don't just sit there and allow myself to just live in the worry. I acknowledge it. And it's either, okay, this is what I'm going to do to resolve it when I can, or when I can resolve it, I'll figure it out. And then I move on. I find something to do. So I'm not just like sitting there worrying about whatever, because all that's going to do is add to my stress level and lessen my productivity. Another thing, I'm grateful. I'm always trying to be grateful. I wake up every morning, and in my meditation, I find 3 things to be grateful for. Some days, those are the exact same things that I was grateful for the day before, and the day before, and the day before, and the day before. Some days, there's some weeks where every single day it's 3 different things that I'm grateful for, which is amazing. But the point is, I always do my best and always find those 3 things every morning to be grateful for. They help me to feel good. It also puts you in a mindset of receiving more to be grateful for. And even if you just wake up and say, I'm grateful that I was able to lay down on a bed and go to sleep. Or I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. That is something to be grateful for, because let's be real, people. There's a chance that, there's a lot of people that didn't wake up this morning. So if you have nothing else to be grateful for, be grateful for that. And if you have trouble coming up with good things in your life, try completing phrases like, I enjoy seeing. I enjoy hearing. I enjoy doing. I enjoy knowing. I enjoy being with. I'm so glad about. I love. I'm so glad I can. I'm grateful for. I'm looking forward to. These are all phrases that will start to put you in a mindset to be grateful. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what your fill in the blank information is, it's something that's good and positive that you enjoy, that you love, that you're looking forward to, and it changes your complete mindset. So if you can't wake up in the morning on your own and think of 3 things to be grateful for, use any of these as a jump off. And I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it'll come to you. Finally, if you're feeling anxious and depressed or at your wit's end, what I have found as an instant way to make you instantly feel better is just to look up and breathe. And take a few seconds to just appreciate the beauty and just breathe. The only thing that you're looking at is the sky, the trees, nature. And if you're indoors, you're looking at the ceiling, but you're not looking at whatever is stressing you out, worrying you, causing you pain, whatever. The idea is just to look up and let it go and breathe. I do this pretty regularly, especially when dealing with clients in situations that, like with weddings and things that are especially stressful. And it is so beneficial to me because sometimes if I can just look away, it all goes away. And this is a good exercise to use also if you want to close your eyes. Because sometimes, you don't want to look up at the ceiling if you're inside. I mean, if you're outside and you can look up at nature, it's beautiful. But sometimes if you think that looking up at the ceiling isn't going to do anything, then just put your head up, close your eyes, and breathe. And you can create your own mental picture of nature, whether it's the beach. In Arizona, we have some amazing sunsets, which is why I love walking in the evenings when I can, because I get to watch the sun go down and see it go from yellow to red to pink to purple to blue. It's just amazing. So look up and breathe. So in conclusion, I really hope that my suggestions are helpful for you. I would love to hear your feedback. And, maybe you have other suggestions that are beneficial to my audience. So let me know, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, comment, post, respond, reply, DM, engage. Let's work together to help each other find peace in the dark corners of our lives, because we all have them. Even the richest people in the world, experience unhappiness and experience, dark times where they need help coming out of them. So if you have a suggestion or something like that of something that helps you that isn't here, please send it to me. Let's discuss it in a podcast. Let's help each other heal and find peace. Thank you so much for listening. Please make sure that you visit my website at miahillary.com, and we'll talk soon.